Here with Dave Tarpey. Dave, thank you very much for joining me this evening. How are you doing?
Right. I'm very well, thank you. You?
And first of all, I want to say happy it was your birthday the other day, wasn't it?
It was yesterday, 35 yesterday.
35. You don't look a day past 34, mate, I speak. You look really well, mate, for your age.
Thank you, thank you.
Happy birthday, mate. This is a really strange situation I find myself in. And for the first time in my six odd ever years, what it is helping Leatherhead FC on the media side of things, I find myself interviewing a player that's actually leaving the club, which is the first time I've ever done it. And I don't know any clubs that have ever done it, really. Um, so let's talk a bit about you and the decision to move on from Leatherhead FC, which must have been a really tough decision for you. Just tell me how it sort of came about, Dave.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a bit of a strange one. But like you said, I was 35 yesterday. It's been a bit of a funny start to the season with the fixtures, so many games on 4G.
Mm.
We agreed both parties to go out on loan, to sort of keep my minutes up, sort of for the first few months. The loans didn't go really to plan. I didn't really get many minutes as I'd liked. So I've come back. The team are doing well. Sort of had to hate. We had a chat with me and Hayden and said sort of while the team are sort of doing well, it's hard to change things up. And we just sort of decided where sort of I'm 35 and I'm probably not going to get the minutes I sort of want and need. Yeah, we sort of decided to sort of cancel the contract and sort of me leave by mutual consent. It was very much mutual consent, both parties amicable,
Mm.
and yeah, we move on.
Yeah, look, I mean, I spoke to Hayden prior to doing this little chat with you, and he was nothing but full of praise for you, your commitment to the club and your professionalism. But as he said, from the day that he walked through the door, you've been nothing but the ultimate professional and led the way. And he said, I genuinely didn't want him to leave. I really didn't want him to leave. But I've got two hats. He said, I've got my hat on as a manager and wants
Yeah,
what's best for the team. But I've also got my hat on as a person. And Dave is such a lovely bloke. I wanted him to be part of the team, but I also fully understood of his want and his need to play more football, especially now he's coming towards not the end of your career, but you are in those years where you may get another 2 3 seasons at the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
Sort of
go on.
people say to me, sort of, why do I still play at my age? And the main thing is, I still enjoy it. And sort of that was one of the discussions we had. It sort of I'm sitting on the bench, even though the team are winning, and it's great to be around a winning team. It's a commitment for me. I live in Reading, so it's a good hour and 30 minutes
Yeah.
to Leatherhead. And obviously, with my work and my family, I was seeing sort of less of them. So yeah, I came to a decision where if I'm not getting the minutes I need for my age, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to enjoy it as much as I wanted to. So yeah, it was sort of a decision to leave, but it's a great club. I've loved every minute of it. Obviously, being captain, it was the first time being captain of a club. Bit of a sticky beginning of the season last year, but yeah, I've absolutely loved every minute of it, and the fans have been great.
And the fans have loved you, and there's no doubt about it. And when you went out on loan, there were a few eyebrows raised. I'm not going to deny that. And your loan, it was strange, wasn't it? Your loan, because you started off at Hungerford and you scored on your debut. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
and everyone thought, here we go, he's going to go and he's going to play and he's going to end up banging in goals for fun. At a time when we had a little bit of a period where we were looking for goals in a few games,
yeah.
and then it sort of went quiet really about you. What actually happened on those loan deals?
Obviously, it's difficult. Any loan's really difficult, especially sort of the teams I went to, Hungerford and then Gosport. They're in the league above.
Mm.
They were both sort of when I first joined, and they were struggling with some like injuries in my position. So both of them, yeah, I started the first couple of games, but then the players start coming back, and where they're only short term loans, it gets to a point where they think, well, if he's not going to be around long term, I need to start using my players and getting them fit now they're back from injury. So both of them, it was good experiences. I obviously enjoyed sort of being around. It's better than sort of sitting around not doing anything, obviously with the 3G pitches. But yeah, they didn't go as sort of me and Hayden had planned, and we come back sharp, ready to play. I've sort of come back fit, but not game sharp. Sort of so. Obviously, I've been training. I've got myself up to sort of speed now, but then it's the team are winning, players are doing well, so it's hard to put me in.
Yeah, and you know, if you go to a team that's at another level, and the strange thing I find about that is, again, speaking to Hayden tonight prior to this, is that both Gosport and Hungerford were really, really keen on getting you in. And he said I thought it was going to be a really good opportunity for Dave to go there to play games and keep his levels up and his fitness up. And look, you can't change what's happened in the past. It didn't happen. It didn't quite work out. But it's clearly it's hindered your return back to Leatherhead, as in getting straight back into the side.
Yeah, it has. Like I said, I'm sort of fit, but it's the game sharpness, and the longer it goes on with the team winning, the sort of the less minutes I'm going to get to sort of keep my fitness up. But yeah, look, Hayden's been brilliant. From the minute he's come in, he's sort of helped me as a captain. Obviously, it's the first time, like I said, of me captaining the team. He's helped me with a few things. Obviously, the experienced players he's brought in, Kenny, Omar, obviously this season, Gus, Fab, Cookie. The core of the team there is fantastic. And even though I was captain, it's a team full of captains. It's a great squad. I've loved every minute, and it is a shame to leave. But selfishly, I think it was a decision that sort of I had to make, rather than allowing it to sort of go on another 2-3 weeks. It was one that I sort of needed to make quite soon.
Yeah, I think anyone that knows you, and a few fans have got close to you over the last year or so, and if it's the right decision for you, Dave, then no one will argue with that. It's the right decision.
Yeah.
And you mentioned your lovely family. You've got 2 children, haven't you? So
I've got 3 children. Yeah, I've got 3 children.
Sorry, apologies.
7, 4, and 2. So,
and that's important.
The 7-year-old, he's just getting into football and playing, and so I'd sort of missing seeing him play, and obviously missing being around my partner and the other 2 children. So it was a decision I had to sort of think quite long about whether it's the right thing to do. But yeah, like I said, if I'm not enjoying, sort of no one really enjoys sitting on the bench. But obviously when you're travelling an hour and a half and not getting the minutes I kind of want, missing my family, it was a decision I had to make.
Yeah, look, I fully get the travelling. I was in Sandhurst last night with my lads, so it's not too far, is it, from you? I don't think. But
no, it's about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Sandhurst.
And it's the traffic, the M25 with Junction 10.
Yeah,
it's a nightmare. So I fully understand that. Well, look, I mean, Dave, just for the records, I spoke to our man Graham earlier, and I said, Graham, give me a couple of stats on Dave. 44 appearances in total for the Tanners.
Yeah.
25 goals.
It's not bad.
That's not a bad. Listen, it's not a bad return for an old boy, is it?
No, it's not. It's not. And like you said earlier, for me, I still feel if I can be injury free, I've got another sort of 3-4 years.
I thought you were late. Honestly, I thought you were late 20s. I didn't realise you were 35.
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of players that come in don't know how old I am.
Well, that's testament to how well you looked after yourself over the years and how you've kept yourself ever so fit.
Thank you.
So, listen, on behalf of all the Leadhead fans, we wish you nothing but the best for the future. And, you know, please, by all means, don't be a stranger down at Fetcham Grove. Not if you've got anything lined up, because that wouldn't be right at this moment in time. So, if you just before I say thank you once again and goodbye, Dave, until we meet again, have you got any messages for the club or for the fans that will be watching this video?
Just a massive thank you for sort of accepting me beginning of last year. I came in, obviously made captain. It's a big club. It's a club that with big ambitions and sort of wants to go up. It's too big for the league it's in. Fans are great. Everyone working behind the scenes it's a fantastic club. Obviously, the old boys working on. You do the Wednesday work, and you've got the old boys. Clubs can't run without people like that, and it's a fantastic club. And the staff, the players. I'm going to miss everyone, but I think it was a decision I had to make, and it was tough, but I think it's the right thing to do.
Well, you mentioned the family, mate, and there's nothing more important than the family. So, look,
no, exactly.
Don't be a stranger, Dave. And wherever you end up, we'll all be keeping an eye out for you because we've known wherever you're going to go, mate, you're going to be putting that ball in the back of the net.
Thank you very much.
Dave, you take care of yourself and all the very best for the future. And thanks very, very much for doing this strange but rather enjoyable interview with you this evening.
Yeah, it is strange. I don't think it happens very often, but it was an amicable sort of decision, and sort of both parties are leaving sort of still friends. It's not often it happens, but yeah, I've got a lot of respect for Hayden and Junior and all the staff and players, so there was no hard feelings with sort of the decision I made.
Good. And I'm glad that there wasn't, because there shouldn't be, because you've been nothing but brilliant today. You walked.
Thank you very much.
Listen, you take care of yourself, and I do mean that, mate. You never know, if we're up there and we're fighting for playoffs and you're not playing on a weekend, pop down and support us, mate, and come and watch it.
I will do.
Listen, you take care.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Really good to catch up with you, Dave. Take care, mate.
Bye-bye.
See you now.